Alright, so guys, welcome to a long video. I've not recorded in a while. I know I've not put out a video in a while. It's been what, like 130 days, something like that, from the last time I checked my dashboard. But just want to make a quick video hopefully today before the sun goes down, just to give you guys kind of a catch up with what's happened within those 3-4 months. So between quarter 2 and quarter 3 up until now, it is currently the 18th of October, Saturday, 6:50 p.m. I have about 40 minutes of sunshine, so let's try and make this quick. So title of this video, where did I go? So I just got a little bit of notes here, but really it starts from July. Pretty much I was on a bit of a work slump. If you guys have been watching the goal reports, you'll see like kind of my performance kind of dwindle down month by month, and I think I kind of just reached that breaking point in about June, July, maybe probably August, where I was just like, I was in such a work slump. My sleep schedule was completely fried, messed up, not like it is right now. And I also went on a rare movie binge. Like, I don't usually watch movies, but I went on a rare movie binge. I watched the pentology, I think that's what you call it. People usually say like trilogy, but I think because they got like 5 movies out now, quadrology, if you don't count Ballerina. But I watched John Wick. I remember watching like the first one and like kind of the second one, I believe, but I never watched past that. But recently I just went on a whim, started watching those movies. So I started from 1 all the way to 4, and then coincidentally, I think around June, July, that was kind of when I was hitting my slump. So whenever the release date of Ballerina happened, I watched that as well. In full honesty, I did not pay for it. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch it for free, fuck paying something, I don't know, this, that. I mean, I think I did sign up on like a stand trial for like, I don't know, 14 days, 7 days, but then I canceled it before it billed me. From that, I pretty much just went on a break, on a whim from work. I really was not getting much done day to day, and I was just, yeah, I think it was around like July or August, somewhere around that, where I just let it go off the rails, and I was just, you know, I need a break. And it wasn't because of burnout or anything like that. I think I've said before, I don't really feel stressed, or I haven't really felt much stress since this year, even though I've put myself under a lot of accountability, under a lot of, you know, responsibility, you know, for the business, for just myself, having to control and take control of myself day to day. But pretty much I started from around July, August, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, pretty much I started playing games. So that was initially starting from browser games. So just kind of like games on, if any of you guys know this site, like this is so, I've never revealed this before, but it's called itch.io, funny name that is. It really did start from watching the John Wick pentology, and then that kind of just gave me the idea to step out, have a break. And so I started from browser games, from itch, and I was just looking for like the stealth shooter kind of, you know, 1v0 first person shooter, tactical shooter. And my hunger was not satisfied after playing for about a few weeks, maybe a few days, I don't know. And I quickly moved on to Roblox. So I used to play a lot of Roblox back then. Yeah, initially I used to play a lot of Roblox back in the day, before even the channel, before even the business stuff. Pretty much I started playing this game, I think it was called Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5. Really, really well designed first person shooter. It's kind of like a military simulator game. Started with that, and then it kind of just devolved down to more so just any games that I could play that could kind of just fill my boredom and fill the time. Like, I don't know, Lumber Tycoon 2. I know this is just, I'm just thinking about like how I'm gonna edit this if I ever do, and then like, oh my god, I don't think any of you guys will get this stuff, but I'll put some like B-roll, maybe of like, I don't know, some gameplay or something that I can find to kind of piece this together. I don't think any of you guys may even know what these games are, but I used to play a lot of them back in the day, probably like before 2020, past that, up to like 2023, and then eventually from Roblox games and like, you know, playing favorite games, playing games for nostalgia, I went back to Steam. I installed Steam. I wasn't a big person to Steam. I only had a few games on there, and I think I'll tell the story down the line, down the future, and then you guys can kind of piece it together. But I didn't have many games on Steam, but I had a few that I knew could probably run this computer. This computer is like so old, so there was obviously a limit to what I could run. I couldn't download something like Epic Games Launcher to, I don't know, like play Fortnite. Funnily enough, I know it's so contrary to like how I might present myself on the channel, but I used to play Fortnite, and I used to play tons of it, plenty of hours of it. Like I'm not familiar with the game, but yeah, went back on Steam and I just re-downloaded Shotgun King, kind of like a niche game about chess, funnily enough. And then I downloaded Escapists, so that's kind of like a prison escape strategy game. And you guys might start to see kind of like a pattern to this, which I'll explain later. But now up to, you know, before I get to the present moment, let me just make a little segment to talk about my past and what I've kind of, you know, I've not hidden, but I just don't talk about. I feel like I've moved on from them, and I did move on from them. So just to make it short, used to game when I was younger, kind of got into it young, starting with Roblox, and then yeah, I didn't have many resources, so there was obviously a limit to how much I could play. So I played games like Fortnite, a little bit of like, trying to recall from memory, Apex Legends, a little bit of Steam again, just playing like low performance games. One I could remember that I did play a little bit, fair much, was Hades. I think it's like a third person, like top down, you know, you're a character and you try to escape hell. So I played that a little bit. I didn't have a good laptop, quite frankly. I had like this red Asus gaming laptop, but then I broke it and then it got repaired and then it got repoed from me, and now I have this different Asus. This is the model, I think you can search it up, model or like serial number is K55VD. You can search it up. I'm pretty sure it's like 10 plus years old. It's something crazy, secondhand, used. I never really thought to play too many on it, but yeah, never had a PC, had a laptop, kind of take advantage of free games, sales, all that kind of stuff. I used to actually play, you know, back then when I was still in school, I would actually play late nights and kind of like play horror games on Roblox with former friends, former classmates. But that was a long time ago. I kind of let that go, let that slip maybe like 4 or 3 years ago. And then in July, I can remember it like it was yesterday, July 2023. It was just as I was about to hit my mid-semester break while still at school. I think it was like grade 11, and I just quit. Within the span of a week, I was under so much pressure from work and assignments and tests that I procrastinated on, that I had to completely focus on those things. And by the end of the week, by the end of Friday, I completely just dropped games in a heartbeat. Not even any hesitation, no nothing. I just dropped them, and I never looked back until last July. So pretty much came back around, again, July or August. Pretty much played for a good month or two, but it's not all bad, really. Just moving on from that piece in that chapter of my life. I did actually take some learning lessons from that 2-month sabbatical, which is, you know, surprisingly enough, you know, of course, while, you know, there's better things that you could be doing with your time, and the opportunity cost that really drove down, you know, my goals and my progress for the year. I took a few learning lessons from that. So kind of bringing it back to that movie binge with John Wick, I, you know, started playing FPS games, and I actually learned a lot about CQB, gun handling, gun assembly, learning how to actually pick your corners properly. If any of you guys have played, what is it, Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5, and if you don't, just know that the AI is brutal. Like, you cannot act like an idiot and not get shot. Like, you get seen, you will get shot. So it really actually, like, surprisingly, of course, while this wasn't really helpful for my business speed and progress, it really did teach me how to actually handle a weapon and actually learn how to maneuver through homes and houses and, you know, kill houses, all that kind of stuff strategically. And I feel like in the future, 100%, like, that's going to be something I'm going to revisit, and it's going to be something that I will touch back on in the future, you know, just as a hobby. And yeah, it taught me about how to actually, you know, to summarize all of that, it pretty much taught me how to play games intentionally. You know, back then, you know, as I talked about my past, I played any game. I played any game for fun, to distract myself from doing work. You know, I guess as I have done in the past 2-3 months back then while I was in school. And now that I've been able to revisit it, it's given me a new insight to understand how to actually go about doing it properly. So doing it with a clear intention in mind, because even watching other people play, watching people like, you guys might know him, Corey Kenshin, great YouTuber. Surely everybody knows Markiplier. What it really taught me watching through their videos, specifically one that I could recall, which is, and I'll try and pop it on the screen somewhere, but like The Walking Dead, this story mode game that Corey played. You know, while I was just critiquing and like screaming at him through the screen for like the horrible decisions he was making, it really actually solidified in my mind that learning lesson I took from, you know, the gaming sabbatical to actually know how to play games intentionally. So same goes for on Steam, where I was playing, I guess, Shotgun King, and it's kind of a bit of a twist because it has, you know, it's in the name, Shotgun King. You can use a shotgun while kind of playing chess. It's funny. It's more so like a mix of fun and strategy, but still kind of plays along the same lines. Same with The Escapists. You know, that really taught me a lot about how to maneuver and how to make your moves on routine, how to walk around effectively and not get detected, how to actually time your escape, etc., given that it's a prison escape game. And you know, funnily enough, this might sound a bit strange, but very similar to the position that I'm in, I feel the same way. But yeah, now I need water. God damn, I need water. But yeah, now, just to bring things back forward to now, I've moved on. I think the break is pretty much over at this point. Talking about the present moment, I just wrapped up a recent event, which I will explain in the next goal report. I'll kind of summarize the Q3 just in one video, just because not many things actually happened during that time. Again, I was just playing games all day at that time, and just pretty much just not doing work. I was still trying to hold on my morning routine as much as possible, but I didn't do any work, and it just wasn't a priority. Present moment, wrapped up a recent event, caught up on event work, so the exercises and workbooks following up that recent event. I then also just had a dopamine detox yesterday, so it's Saturday today, so I had the detox on Friday. It went all right, kind of let go by the end, but coming back and really the priority from that was, now I'm able to come back to work and recollect my focus on everything, you know, starting with this. So just want to start with a few hours of work per day and keep it on low, and then incrementally just add more hours and hours and hours day by day. So I have the built-in clock app that will track my time for that, so I will know how long I work each day. I can set a requirement, so currently it's just on 2 hours, keeping it light, and just doing kind of the BAM, we could say, which means bare ass minimum, just to get through the day and actually claim that tick. So criteria is pretty much the same for now. You know, it's still working and still using my Remarkable as always. You know, funnily enough, throughout that break, I continued to use it almost every single day to just keep track of everything and make sure, you know, even if I didn't get my work done for the day, I just put an X over each day and I just duplicated it and then just renamed it, changed the date, etc. and just continued on. So that's one thing I'm definitely grateful for, is I actually have it on track. So maybe in the next video I will actually just tell you guys how many days it actually was, how many months, etc. Coming back with a refreshed mind. I have not changed any of the criteria, just keep it simple. And I think over the next few days, as I work my ways up and get a little bit more hours of work and kind of just find my place again on where I left off on work, with my agency, with content creation, doing all that, that I might change a few parameters and maybe change my focus on what actually matters, what actually moves the needle, what really actually moves the business forward or my life forward, and just make things more efficient. I feel like coming back from this break, it's allowed me to kind of just, you know, getting thoughts from a few courses that I've watched, the event that I attended. It just gave a few ideas and a few new thoughts in mind that I could actually apply to the business, to make sure that, given the fact that I have, you know, we all have about 75 days left to the year, that I use it efficiently and I make the most of it. What is the plan for the rest of these next few days, next few weeks, the next few months, the last 75 days of the year? Just as I kind of have it written down a little bit here, with the goal report that will continue to keep going, I am going to honor that promise that I made when I started doing it at the start of the year, to continue it and to make sure that it is fulfilled by the end of the year. Content creation will resume. So starting with this video, just kind of as a catch-up video to give a trampoline, a bounce pad, a launch pad to everything that will come forward. Given that with our content creation, how it's looking right now, I'm going to start with dropping this video that you guys are seeing right now, and then probably afterwards I'm going to film the kind of 3-2 month, how many days, how many months of goal reports that I've missed, and kind of just free my computer of a lot of backlogged footage and videos that I have lined up, especially one big one that I think I've mentioned before. I ran over 30 kilometers total to raise money for the Walk for Nepal event for Pahar Trust Nepal. So they did a little charity. That video is still in the works. I'm going to need to pick that back up. I know I kind of left it towards the end. It was it's going to be a very big video. The footage is like 7 gigabytes. Yeah, the export is going to be insane and the upload is going to be even more insane. So got that in the works. I want to get that video out ASAP, as soon as possible, hopefully before the end of the year, just so then I can actually start releasing fresher vlogs, fresher sit downs, all that kind of stuff, and catch you guys up on everything. And then the agency plan right now so far is just to clear my emails. My emails are very backed up from just not checking them for the past 2 months. Doing that, and then catching up on coming back on whatever work that I left behind. I have not quit. I have not done any of that. I guess with taking the break, I just paused on the agency. No big deal about that. I'm still going at it. Reading, I have not picked up reading in a while. I'm still on the book Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, from what I remember, or Brianna West. So I'll be picking that back up. Still been going with meditating, surprisingly enough. Doing the best I can while I was on that break. Sleep has been fixed now. I really did hit a breaking point, I think around a week ago, where it was brutal. I was going to bed by like 6 a.m, maybe even later. Like I barely went outside during those 7 days, just because my sleep was wrecked, and so my routine was kind of wrecked as a result. And yeah, it took a few days to recover, but I'm back. I haven't slept that late in very long. I've pretty much been hitting my sleep targets at 11 to 12 a.m, so that's good. Off to a good start. And I guess really coming back, the emphasis will be to experiment, to test, and to, as I said before, just focus and move with efficiency. Given again that I do not have a lot of time left to the year, I'm sure we all feel that way. If we have things going on, for our lives, for our career, etc., that we make the most of it. Really, urgency has just struck me again to keep moving and keep going forward. But here is the video to show that I'm still alive. I have not quit the agency. I'm still going at it, and I've just been resting behind the scenes, keeping it low, kind of just paused up on everything until about a few days ago, and now I'm back, and coming back with a refreshed mind and a strong hunger to get back to work. So there you go. That has been the catch-up video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I have not filmed a video in so long, and also edited. So yeah, hopefully I wasn't yapping too much throughout this video. Stay tuned. I'll be coming back and repausing on everything, doing the best I can, and hopefully in the next few days you guys will see the next video, and next few vlogs, roll out those. Maybe I might choose to just delete them and actually just start fresh. That's not a bad idea. Just make sure I can do the best I can for the remaining 3 months of the year. So glad it's not dark for once. Usually I always record so late that the sun goes down. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.